Well, after seeing that game, it almost was a bad day to wear red. But we won. So here's a review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and today, yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the third-ranked Kansas Jayhawks headed down to the Bahamas for the Battle for Atlantis tournament, and they played their quarterfinal matchup against the NC State Wolfpack and won in a close one by a final score of 80-74. Yeah, was anticipating that we could lose this game because after seeing NC State play a couple times, I think they're a pretty good team. But we managed to do just slightly better in the end and pull out a victory, and now we move on to the semis, which is great. Now, there was a lot of good things that happened, and there is still some things to work on because, well, we have to play at least 2 more games in 2 days. So, with that being said, for those of you who do not know, I give positives and negatives about the game. I give a player of the game and a player who needs to improve. Without further ado, let's do it. First off, defensively, KU did well forcing NC State to take some bad shots, although it didn't seem like it, but the stats didn't lie. KU's defense forced NC State to shoot 39% from the field, 36% from the 3, and 82% from the free throw line, which, holy cow, that's probably one of the best free throw shooting teams I've seen all year. Also, KU's shooting numbers were a little bit better than NC State's for the game, with big help from the first half shooting performance. KU ended up shooting 44% from the field, 64% from 3, 50% from the line, as we only shot 4 free throws and made 2 of them. And for the game, KU shot 41% from the field, 47% from 3, and lo and behold, KU had an incredible free throw shooting night as the Hawks shot 76% from the charity stripe. Finally, they listened and they made these guys run some stinking up and downs because the free throw percentage was awful through the first 5 games, and finally they cracked above 70. Great. Also, KU technically won the turnover battle, I guess, if you put it in that way. Both teams had 13 turnovers in this game. However, KU scored more off turnovers as the Hawks finished with 19 points off turnovers, while the Wolfpack finished with 16. So, yeah, you can consider it a gimme win, but I'll take it. And then the final 3 positives, points in the paint, second chance points, and rebounds, was the big factor in why KU won. Points in the paint, KU won that battle 28-18. Second chance points was won by the Hawks 19-15, and KU out-rebounded the Wolfpack by 1, 39-38. So all those things helped lead Kansas to victory, and yeah, those are my positives. Negatives, what to say? KU's second half shooting numbers, terrible, except from the free throw line, because that's a different story. Second half field goal, garbage. KU was held to 39% from the field, 14% from 3, and yeah, they made 80% of their free throws in the second half, but the numbers from the field were pretty bad. KU had less steals and blocks in this game than the Wolfpack, as in terms of steals, the Wolfpack won the steal battle 9-7, and block shots was won by NC State as well, 3-0, which I think it's the first game that KU did not have a block in this game. And the final 3 negatives are fouls, fast break points, and bench points, which, gosh, the bench really needs to get moving and actually contribute a bit. But fouls, KU had 17, even though they forced 18, which includes a technical foul on NC State's head coach, but 17 fouls against the Hawks is a lot. And then fast break points was won by NC State 22-16, and bench points was won by the Wolfpack 8-4. And 4 bench points is not going to win you much games later on. Early, you might get a few, but that comes very rarely. And once that hits to later, and if you only have 4 bench points, That's not going to win you very many games. So that's got to improve. So yeah, those are all my negatives. Player of the game. Now, there are a couple guys who deserve honorable mentions, and I'm going to shout them out. First off, Kevin McCullough got his first double-double of the season. 10 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals in 34 minutes of play. Had a pretty good shooting night from the 3, going 2 for 3. And a good shooting night from the free throw line, going 4 of 6. So, yeah, give a shout out to Kevin. DeJuan Harris was another good factor. 14 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in 35 minutes of play. 4 of 7 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Another good performance by DeJuan in scoring double digits. Jalen Wilson was another guy who I can give it to. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in 35 minutes of play. Had a cold shooting night though. 5 of 15 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, and 8 of 12 from the free throw line, which those 4 missed free throws could have gave him a 20-piece in no problem. But my player of the game has to go to a guy who shot lights out, especially in the first half, and that's Gradey Dick, who I think got himself a new career high. Gradey finished the game with 25 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist in 35 minutes of play. He shot 7 of 17 from the field, which, that could be worked on. But 6 for 12 from 3 and 5 for 5 from the free throw line, which, holy cow, the 6 threes, and he made all 6 of his threes in the first half, and he was kind of held to a bucket and free throws in the second half. But oh my gosh, 6 3-pointers in one half, which is 1 below the Kansas all-time record for 3s and a half, which is still held by Jeff Boschee with 7, which, holy cow, he played incredible. I mean, if he can keep this up, he might get a 30-piece next game or a 35-piece. But wow, great shooting night from the 3 for Gradey Dick, and that's why he deserves my player of the game. Now, player who needs to improve. I mean, the bench would be like the obvious choice, but since it's a player, it's down between 2 people, and that's Joseph Yesufu and Zuby Ejiofor. And I'm gonna give it to Zuby. I mean, yeah, he didn't play very much, but he was non-existent in this game. Zub finished with no points and grabbed 1 rebound in 4.5 minutes. I mean, it's changed that Ernest is now getting the minutes and Zuby isn't once Bill Self became, or is now back on the sideline. Because once Norm was the head man on the sideline, it was kind of flipped. But anyway, I think Zuby just had one of those games, and he didn't score in this one. And I think he'll figure it out once we get going later down the line, and I think he'll be fine. So yeah, for now, and for this game, Zuby Ejiofor is my player who needs to improve. Alright, so before we go, I got a couple top plays for you. And our first top play is going to be from the player of the game, which was Gradey Dick. And yeah, with his light out performance from the 3, we'll show his last made 3 as the game clock was winding down in the first half, and he splashed in his 6th 3 to give the Hawks an 8-point lead going into the locker room. And the final top play we're going to be taking a look at comes from the senior, Kevin McCullough, with an incredible save/assist as he found Ernest Uday to make a layup. Yeah, those 2 plays were big for KU to get a victory in this one. So yeah, those 2 plays are my top plays. And that's going to do it for my review of KU versus NC State. Again, the final score, Kansas 80, North Carolina State 74. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Push that notification bell. Tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again for the next basketball review as the Hawks will continue their quest for a battle for Atlanta's championship as they play in the semifinal matchup to face the winner of either Dayton or Wisconsin. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dance to the field house. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.